And we're back. Okay, so we talked about the beat, the scene, the scenes that make up the sequence, the sequences that make up the act, and your acts, or acts, because you're going to have like 1 act, 2 act, 3 acts, that would make up your story. Even in a short film, which is what we're working on, or we'll be working on in this class, your short film is 1 act. And it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. It has a series or a sequence, right, that builds that act. So it has structure. Okay, so you have to adhere to these principles and how you say, let them do the work. The expectation for it is there. The audience expects this subliminally, subconsciously, I mean. They're looking for these elements. And these are the elements that will create that emotional draw, that emotional response in the audience. Okay? They, in turn, the acts, builds the largest structure, which is your story. Okay? Your story is just one huge master event. In the book, page 41, he says, when you look at the value charge situation in the life of the character at the beginning of the story, then compare it to the value charge at the end of the story, you should see the arc of the film, the great sweeping change that takes life from one conditioning at the opening to a changed condition at the end. So that by the end of your 3rd act or your 4th act, your last act, you can look back at the opening act and see at the beginning, they were this type of person. They were fearful. They were timid. They didn't believe in themselves. But by the last act, they were outgoing, or they were confident. You know, they rose to the occasion. Okay? So the acts build your story. Period. Period. Okay? Sequences build the acts. Scenes build the sequences. Beats build the scene. They're smaller units. That's all it is. The beat is the smallest unit. The beat, the next largest one is the scene. The next largest one is a sequence, which is a series of scenes. The largest one from that, you get it. So, those acts build your story. Pay attention to the small ones, the smallest level of the structure. Okay? And as you approach this, your story, what you can do is outline it. Get a piece of paper or several sheets of paper and write out the beats. Write out the sequence. What is the major arc? Okay? Write all this stuff down. Okay? You can write it down on index cards. And that way you can move the stories around, the scenes and sequences around. Okay? All right. So from this one, take away the act. The 1 act, the 1st act, 2nd act, and 3rd act, and 4th act. That is your story. And the story is the largest unit. All right, see you on the next video.